Okay, a very good morning to all of you. I hope my screen is visible in the full one. Just one comment. Rucha, can you confirm? I changed some settings, so
Yes, loud and clear and visible as well.
okay. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to this pre-bell session on Monday, April 25. So as we discussed on Friday, right, about the Nifty setup, especially I discussed more about that 21 EMA, that green line, that how, last time also that was a big hindrance for Nifty to go above. And the same thing happened on the Friday. It was not able to reclaim its 21 EMA, and there was a clear downside reversal from that point of time. Though the good part on Friday was that volume was a tad lower, and so we didn't added some distribution day. But the problem came after markets, right? When the US market opened and the way it closed. So it was a very tough day for the US market as well. So not only for the India, if you look at S&P, it is having a huge resistance near its 200 DMA. Similarly, the other two major indices in the USA, they are having a huge resistance at its major 50 and 200 DMA moving averages, right? So not only in India, but in US also similar thing happening. The reason being is that mostly we discussed the things on the Friday. Let me reiterate it again about the Fed hiking the rates, and also some earnings were not that good, and especially this week for India as well as US is very important for earnings. So in US also some of the major companies are reporting the earnings. So if you look at our major earnings, ICICI came up with their earnings on the weekend and it was a beat. So one hope today for the market is the good earnings of ICICI Bank. YOY basis, it grew around 60% and it was above estimate. The earnings are good mainly due to the sharp fall in the provisions as well as the higher operating profit. Also, their NIM was around 4% at 4%, which is at all-time high. Their NII grew 21% on a YOY basis. Also, the NPA declined compared to the last quarter. So asset quality we improve. So on the all the fronts, it has been holding. A lot of upgrades have come for the ICICI Bank. The other important result was about the Hindustan Zinc. Here also the profit jumped mainly due to the higher volumes and the higher metal prices. So this is not something new. Last 3 months, the metal prices were at a sky high, and that's the reason for you Hindustan Zinc. There was an increase in volume as well as the margin front. So there was some 18% YOY growth in earnings. Now, if you look at the sectorial heat map in India, I will do some annotations over here. So if you look, these are the sectors, right? So if you look at the 50 DMA where it is set, so banks, financial services, and IT. Yeah, these three sectors are trading below their 50-day moving averages. And these are some of the key sectors. If you look at Nifty, where bank, financial services, and IT का weighted देखोगे, so it is, I think, more than 50%, right? So when these major sectors are below your key moving averages, the market tends to be under pressure. So others are also very close, like in the range of 2 to 3%. So it is important for them at least to hold the market. Otherwise, Reliance did quite well last week, and that was one of the reasons that gave a good support to the market. So not only in India, if we look at the sectorial indices of the US market, something very similar is happening over here. Uh, Only consumer staple, utilities, then your energy. These are the only three sectors that are trading above the 50-day moving averages. Otherwise, the financials, the transportations, the retail, the technology, you can see 7.7% below 50-day moving average. So the problem is not only in India, it's in the US as well, it's in the global market as well. So over here also you can see it won't be easy for the global market to rebound from here when so many sectors are trading below their 50-day moving averages, and just a couple of them like consumer staples and utilities holding the markets. So this was about the sectorial front, India as well as the US. This becomes important to track. Now, we all know that SGX Nifty is indicating a negative opening. In fact, it hold from the low. So it made a low of around 16,947, and currently at 845 when I took this screenshot, it was somewhere around 17,000. So if it holds around 17,000 or above, then that's little good, because there is a lot of put writing at 16,900, 17,000 level. So you don't want that level to breach. So it becomes very important for Nifty to hold around these levels. Okay, so last section of the day, that is the chart of the day, Praj Industries. Not only in India, the ethanol story is playing in Europe as well as US for the Praj Industries. So the order book is at an all-time high for the Praj industry. And look at the setup. The stage 1 cup with handle base is excellent. Just look at the result on the left bottom corner. The YOY growth in revenue as well as earning has been very good. If you look at the number of fund holding, let me do some annotations. March 21, it was 46 funds, right? And now there are almost 100 funds in the stock. And this is something really good. If you look at the AD rating, it's excellent, A minus. RS little weak, but you can see the line is trending higher. So that is something good. So it has a master score of 73, which is also good. So not only fundamentals, the order book, the margins, the growth story, ethanol, everyone know how the sugar sector is doing. And so these guys are engineers in those things. So to produce more and more ethanol, you need Praj industry. And that is where in India, Europe, US, everywhere, it has been growing. And if you look at the margins in the global markets, let's say, for example, Europe and US, the margins are higher for the Praj industry over there. And once the business is growing more and more in those geographies, the overall margins of the companies will also improve. So thank you for joining into session. That's it for today.